Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the third ever Newton Talk. I'm Nont.
And I'm Frost, and we will be your hosts for this evening. The New Wave Club is proud to present the third ever Newton Talk to Newtonians, parents, and teachers. This is our first public event, and we're very proud to be able to host such a prestigious occasion.
Tonight, our speakers have prepared a lot of captivating stories under the concept of love all, serve all, and I can't wait to hear what they have in store for us.
Me too. But before we begin, I would like to invite Dr. Thirakiat Jalan Sethasin, our school's headmaster, onto the stage to share some kind words.
So, dear everybody, I cannot see because the light is coming to my face, but it's okay. I just like to say that the event here is actually more than 2,000 years old method. This is something very ancient. The talk in the old days, particularly since Greek time, everyone probably sees the amphitheater behind me. Originally, we conceived as we're using the Greek and Roman model as an amphitheater so that when people speak, everybody can hear. Because in the old day, there wasn't a microphone or system that can go there, so you have the amphitheater in kind of a half circle, so everybody can hear. But in this modern technology, we do the reverse. We put the amphitheater behind us, you can see that, and then we have everybody here. As I said, the science about talking is called rhetoric. Now, rhetoric, unfortunately, has now bad connotation. When we say it's rhetorical, we mean just watakam. But in the old days, people polish their rhetoric skills. Because it's about how to win an argument. Argument doesn't mean quarrel. It means how can I persuade you to believe what I believe, what I stand for. Okay? So it's the art that involves logic. That's why Aristotle wrote a few books. In the old days, they study morals, logic, and rhetorics are the three main things that people study. So I'm so glad that we have this platform. Not only the students will be able to, if you like, manifest or show or express that level of development. What they speak, you know. Because if it's reflect their egocentric level, that means they only talk about themselves, or they talk about a group, or they talk about the world, or they talk about something even higher. Or they just talk for effect. There is a term actually written by a philosopher, and everybody knows, it's called bullshit. You all know bullshit. Bullshit simply means you are talking for social effect. You talk in a way that you want to look good, you want to sound good. You really don't believe in that, you really have no substance. So this is an area where you can practice your development, practice your growth, and actually you can show your growth to your friends, can be a role model for your friends, can actually make your parents proud while you're here. So we want to keep this tradition going. The Newton Talk, in fact, I was telling Ti and Ping sitting next to me that this is actually a more important event than TED Talk. TED Talk is more or less bullshit. It's talking for effect, social media to keep liking you. But here is a platform for you to be able to grow, to develop. So I'm so glad I've seen a lot of developments, particularly from people who joined us from the beginning. I noticed a lot of change in Non, unbelievable. Non joined us when he was very, very small. So, and everybody here. So I'm very happy to be able to be here for the Newton Talk 3. So enjoy, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Tiergert, for that inspiring speech. And without further ado, let the Newton Talk begin.
It is now the time where everyone is waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Iris, and I will be the first MC in this third Newton Talk. I have a simple question to you all. Are you guys ready? Yeah! Wow, louder please! Yeah! Wow, that's so sweet of you guys. Let's start off with our first speaker. Yuki is a shining example of how creativity can be harnessed to spread love and kindness with a heart full of compassion and a commitment to make the world a better place. Yuki uses her creative talents, such as singing and acting, as vehicles for her mission. Today, she will inspire us with her dedication to love and service, reminding us of the transformative power of small acts of kindness. Let's give a loud round of applause to Yuki!
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kasira. You can call me Yuki. And this is me. Me and me. Imagine a world where the simple act of loving and serving others could transform our lives and the lives of those around us. Today, I would like to share with you a timeless principle. Love all, serve all. Love, a fundamental human emotion that transcends borders, languages, and cultures. It is the force that binds us together, the source of compassion and understanding. Love has a remarkable ability to heal wounds, bridge differences, and bring joy to our hearts. But it is not enough to just feel love. It's equally important to extend it to all, unconditionally. Ever since I was young, I've had supportive parents who have always nurtured me, been there for me, and loved me unconditionally. I learned that being loved and cared for might be a small thing for others, but it means a lot to me. And that made me feel like if we do simple actions, but do it often and daily, it can mean a lot to others too. My parents have taught me to be a kind, patient, and positive person. And these actions have encouraged me to do the same. And their love has given me the confidence to be who I am today. That's why I love to do activities, as I hope that when I sing, perform, or give a speech, like this one, people will enjoy it or learn something from it. Service, on the other hand, is a physical expression of love. When we serve others, we dedicate our time, energy, and resource to make our lives better. Simple actions include lending a helping hand to someone in need, volunteering at a local shelter, or supporting a global cause. Now, one thing that we can do to help our parents, and it's also an act of service, is to be responsible with ourselves. Service is the bridge that connects our love to those in need. As remarkable as service is, sometimes too much of something isn't good. When I was younger, I would always help my friends finish their work and assignments, but wouldn't be able to finish my own. I learned that as it goes on, I learned that I should finish my own work before helping others. So in everything we do, it has a limit. We should finish our work first before helping others, as sometimes we should balance our actions and think before we act. In a world often divided by differences, love stands as a unifying force that connects us all. It knows no color, no gender, no religion. Love is the language that every heart speaks. When we embrace the language of love, we open ourselves to our rich humanity. We acknowledge the inherent worth and dignity of every person, recognizing that beneath the surface, we're all fundamentally the same. We all seek happiness, love, and understanding. But love is not just a passive emotion. It's a call to action. It impels us to serve all. To serve all is to dedicate ourselves to the well-being of others without expecting anything in return. It's about lending a helping hand to those in need, offering a kind word to someone feeling low, and showing compassion to those who are suffering. When we serve others, we not only make their lives better, but also enrich our own. In giving, we receive a profound sense of fulfillment and purpose. Now, imagine the ripple effect of a world where we truly love all, serve all. When we embrace this principle, we foster stronger communities. Acts of kindness becomes contagious, creating a world where everyone feels valued, loved, and supported. Well, verbally saying this might not resonate as much as acting it out. For example, if everyone in this room has a box of donuts, I love donuts, and then it has a variety of flavors, and then a few people start to share it with each other, and before you know it, the majority of people start to share it too. Wouldn't you start sharing it too? That's how the ripple effect works. Most people are too scared to be different, as they are scared to be judged. Now, imagine that each flavors of donuts in the box represents an action or an emotion that are passing through and showing each other. This way, our world will be filled with love and positivity. Loving and serving all is not always easy. It requires us to look beyond our biases, influence, and judgments. It calls for empathy and understanding, even when we may not agree with someone's beliefs or actions. It challenges us to be patient and to see the humanity in every individual. Throughout history, there are great leaders, thinkers, and activists that have inspired me about the power of loving and serving all. Mahatma Gandhi, for instance, embodied the principle of loving and serving all in his non-violent struggle for India's independence. Mother Teresa dedicated her life to serving the poorest of the poorest, exemplifying selfless love. So, how can we incorporate love all, serve all into our daily lives? We can start by taking small steps. Smile at a stranger, lend a hand to someone in need, or offer a kind word to someone feeling low. This way, everyone will feel the positivity in ourselves. Simple actions can start by lending a hand to a friend, or it can start in the environment that you're in, such as your home, school, or even in your workplace. Simply start with your friends or your family members. Let's practice empathy and open-mindedness in our interactions and educate ourselves about the challenges faced by people from around the world and help find ways to make a difference. Lastly, love all, serve all is not just a catchy phrase. It's a transformative way of living. By making love and service core principles in our lives, we can educate ourselves and help others feel love. So let's remember, love all, serve all. Help ever, hurt never. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Yuki, for that lovely speech. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kaupan, and I will be taking part as the second MC of the show. With that, let's move on to our next speaker, Ivy. She's a talented poster maker, a horse rider, a football enthusiast, and artist. 2 years ago, one of these hobbies has made a significant impact on her that she will never forget: football. That experience has taught her the power of helping and supporting others. And she is here to share this inspiring story with us today. So please give a round of applause for Ivy.
Hi, my name is Ivy, and I have a question for you today. Have you ever watched football? Well, you probably have. And do you know how many players are on a team? Okay. But have you seen 10 boys and only 1 girl on a team? It's quite unusual, but you might be wondering what that girl was thinking. She might feel nervous, or she might feel forced. Well, that girl was me. And here's my story. As a child, I've always had a deep, deep love for football. Believe me, I could watch it 24/7. Why? Everything about it's just so exciting. From the tactics, from the team play, the scoring. But I've always noticed one thing. I've never seen a single girl play football. Not on TV, not in real life. But I just kept that thought in my mind. At school, there are many things I can choose to do in recess. But what I chose to do is sit beside the field. Every single day, I would just sit there watching the boys play football. I wanted to join, but I was too afraid to ask them. I was afraid. I was afraid they would judge me. What if they thought I was just useless? What if they thought I was a girl who knew nothing about football? I was absolutely frustrated. Back at home, my parents knew how passionate I was about football. They knew how much I wanted to be on a team. So they told me one thing I'll never forget. Don't let your gender limit your dreams. We're all created equal. Those words just hit me hard. So one day, I was walking through the school hallways, and I saw a big poster on one of the walls saying that they were accepting auditions for the football team. It was a competition between another school. I grabbed the opportunity, and I asked my parents that I wanted to sign up. I'll admit, at first, I was hesitant, but I didn't let my fears control me. And there I was, on the team with 10 boys, and I was the only girl. After that, it was just pure hard work. We trained every day for 3 weeks. My muscles got sore, and my legs got bruises. And then finally, it was time for the match. It was my first time playing in an actual football game. I got nervous because, again, I was the only girl on the field with a total of 21 boys. Even though I was scared and nervous, I still gave it my all. And then, the match was sold with 3-1. And we definitely, lost. But even though we lost, I felt like a winner. I enjoyed every moment of it, from the practice to the actual match. My teammates respected me equally and nicely. We learned so much together. We learned more skills, we learned more about football, and most importantly, we learned how to work together as a team. My coach also respected us. Everyone, especially my parents, supported me from the start. Even though we lost, I felt like a champion, and I was proud of myself for trying. And I also learned that nobody, including all of you, should let the fear of being judged crush your determination. Boy or girl, we're all equal, and we share the same human values of support, respect, courage, compassion, and most importantly, being true to yourself. So, don't let fear hold you back. I promise you, getting and giving support is one of the best feelings in the world. Start doing it today, and you won't regret it. Thank you.
Wow, that was excellent speech. Thank you so much, Ivy, for sharing your experience with us. Our next speaker, Brave, takes us on a cosmic journey like no other. Imagine the universe as a grand theater where every moment plays a significant role. Brave, unique perspective, combining his love to science and art, will leave you in awe of the secrets of this cosmic theater. So let's give a big round of applause to Brave.
In the very beginning, when space was empty, there was a time of intensity and expansion, which gave birth to all the matter that makes up our universe today. As this scorching period gradually cooled, matter began to come together, forming stars and galaxies that are scattered throughout the cosmos. Seem lifeless, right? But there's one place, one special place, where life begins. I recommend you to think of the universe as a grand theater production. And we are the architects here, trying to constitute the theater piece by piece from what the universe has provided. Let's think about the materials. What do you think? Time? A subjective thing, right? In our cosmic theater, time serves as the lighting design that illuminates the entire show, directing the mood and tone. Each moment in this performance can be a distinct spotlight, shedding light on its own unique significance. Anything else? I would say there could be light without anything reflects it. So I propose gravity. The effect that keeps every element together is the very fabric of our space, providing the stage and background for our cosmic drama. It's like the set design for the play. And just like in a theater, it's crucial to get the right balance to attract the audience. Too much can make it feel cramped and uncomfortable, or too little can leave it feeling empty and incomplete. But wait, we're missing something. Take this as examples. How can a playground be a playground without kids? How can a school be a school without students? Well, that's right. Our show is lacking life. There's no theater without people. From the first microorganisms to the most complex beings, we, as human beings, are the actors on the stage, the final jigsaw to complete the theater. Every element in this performance has its own purpose and place. They all contribute to the whole, each part complementing the others. They are intricately connected. Loving this existence is a way of loving the entire performance. Life itself is an ever-evolving spectacle, and this serves as a profound reflection of our world. Thinking about life makes me wonder what it really means. Is it merely the characteristic to be able to move, breathe, and reproduce, as science says? Yes, of course it is. But why confine ourselves to only the scientific and objective when we can connect this with philosophy and subjective experiences? I mean, many people may mistakenly view physics as chaotic and boring, reduced to a jumble of mathematical equations and overly complicated. In the same way, some may find art uninspiring, thinking it lacks principles, laws, or even a comprehensible language. But hey, I'm here, aiming to challenge these misconceptions and prove their interconnectedness. If we venture deeper into the subatomic realms, beyond the protons and electrons, we encounter what physicists call strings. Tiny rubber band-like frequencies, smaller than anything we've previously uncovered, scattered throughout the cosmos. Are you familiar with the concept of frequencies? It's what makes sound come different. Think of the liveliest sound you have ever heard. Yes, music. One of the most profound art forms, second only to the theater show, of course. Each frequency of these rings represents a particle, much like a musical note. While a combination of them forms elements. And when all these elements harmoniously unite, we bear witness to what we celebrate as the most profound show of all, our beloved universe. In this perspective, physics and art both emerge as captivating and exciting pursuits. Doing this can make us understand life more clearly and making it more meaningful. But get ready for the final act. It's demanding but profoundly worthwhile. Although eventually everything will draw to a close and our present action might seem meaningless, they will be forgotten in the future. In the end, we will realize that the universe really doesn't care about our existence that much. But hey, be like a proton. I mean, being positive. Get the joke, right? Because this actually empowers us to give our life with significance. We possess our own unique thoughts, our individual lives, and our personal purposes. For those who struggle to find their own, we can offer guidance and support. It's a concept built on giving, not taking. The universe, far from being cruel, affords us the freedom to think, explore, and cultivate love for others. A great show isn't defined by its rewards, but is measured by its capacity to generate innovation. A truly great performance endures, extending its influence indefinitely. The universe has presented us with numerous treasures, such as science and art. We can also respond with the most precious thing to our universe, which is humanity. Remember, you are not just a part of the show. Instead, you are the show itself. Seize this opportunity to embark on a journey of self-discovery and the pursuit of your own unique purpose. Compared to the edge of the universe, our life is just a brief moment. So, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone, I have a question. As you stand at the intersection of past, present, and future, will you still hold on to the past mistakes and fear the future? Or will you embrace each day and try your best to make life meaningful. Just keep in mind, the show must go on. Thank you.
Wow, that definitely changed my perspective upon the universe. Coming up next is Kian, representing OpenSchool, an avid music enthusiast and skilled composer. His creative journey is marked by a deep belief in his topic. Hey, do you hear that calling as his guiding inspiration? Keen will share his path and the exquisite music he meticulously crafted for the Peter Pan production. Prepared for an extraordinary experience where love and inspiration merge in his speech. Please welcome Keen!
Have you ever come home one day and wondered what you're doing with your life? What is it that you truly want? Well, have you? It's that kind of feeling where you feel that your life has no purpose and suddenly you feel worthless. Have you felt that before? I think everybody has. Yeah, me too. I used to have those thoughts and feelings too, but now I have become a musician, a composer of many songs, a self-starter to create communities for those who share the same love and passion for music as me. Well, today I'm here to tell you about my journey from that point in my life to where I am right now. So let's begin. Okay, it was like any other day as a student. I was in my grandmother's car coming back from school. I looked at the view of the roadside while listening to her talking about her day. Her soothing voice was accompanied by different English songs that was playing on the radio. After a while of listening to the songs, my grandma suddenly stopped and beckoned me to listen to the song that was playing at the time. Okay, so you guys need to play with me now. Let's sing along. The song started with, "Hey." Yeah, you all know it. It's a very famous song. Yeah. Okay. So the song was "Hey Jude" by the Beatles. The song was written by Paul McCartney for John Lennon's son, Julia, to console him for the breakup of his parents. Anyway, after a while of listening to the song, I found myself and my grandmother singing along to it happily. After our little ensemble, that dopamine lingered. That was when I felt something ignite inside of me. It was definitely my love for music that ignited from that little moment with my grandmother. Okay, so I decided to surround myself with music and pick up a musical instrument, and that would be the guitar. But after a while of listening to the same songs, practicing the same songs over and over again, hundreds and hundreds of times, I have this unsettling feeling. Some notes could have been accompanied by different harmonies. The beats could have been improved to fit better with the song. Many thoughts flushed my head as I imagined the many ways the song could have turned out. But there is one way to resolve those feelings. It's for me to compose and arrange my own songs. So I started doing that. And I picked up many other instruments. And along the way, I managed to inspire many people. And some would decide to form a band with me. Okay. We have been practicing for many hours every week. And I still feel that dopamine rush every jam session, every time we go practice. I keep wanting more and more. Keep wanting to practice more and more. And that was the moment that I discovered that the more I am with music, the more I fall in love with it. And the more, excuse me. The more I discover, this is the point where I discover, the more I am with music, the more I fall in love with it. The more I find who I truly am. Okay. Next slide, please. But all good things must eventually come to an end. Me and my bandmates grew up and walked our own different paths. I found it difficult at first to continue without them. But my everlasting inspiration and passion for music is what kept me going on and kept me practicing. So I expanded myself to cover many genres of music, including pop. But I am especially adept to metal music, to the point where I was able to compose and arrange my own album, which is on Spotify. You should check it out. That not only made myself proud, but also inspired many around me. Okay, so my little spark in my grandmother's car remained ignited, grew, and multiplied. It inspired me to find who I really am and what I am really passionate about. It inspired many songs to be written, many smiles to emerge, and memories to be made. So here's my message to you all. Do not take small things for granted. Be fully aware of every person, every moment, and every opportunity that crosses your path. Do not let them pass you by. Embrace them, and you'll be amazed at how much it will transform your life. Thank you.
Those were some really inspiring words shared by our first set of speakers.
Yes, I totally agree. Like I said, our speakers and MC are truly talented and well prepared for this event. But before we continue, we are going to have a 10-minute break with lovely music from the New Tempo Club. So please give a big round of applause to TT and Mick.
Hello? I found a love for me. Darling, just drive right in and follow my lead. Where I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Oh, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I hold, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When I said you look a mess, I whispered underneath my breath. You heard it, darling, you look perfect tonight. We found a woman stronger than anyone know. She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found a love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so in love, fighting against all odds. I know we'll be alright this time. Darling, just hold my hand, be my girl, I'll be your man. I see my future in your eyes. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When I saw you in that dress, looking so beautiful, I don't deserve this. Darling, you look perfect tonight. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. I have faith in what I see. Now I know I have met an angel in person, and she looks perfect. I don't deserve this. You look perfect tonight. เพลง Perfect นะครับของเอจีแวนนะครับก็จบเพลงแรกนะครับ Well, you done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to be sure, but you so hot that I melted. I fell right through the crowd, and now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool done burn out, I'll be giving it my best hit, and nothing gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some more, learn some, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 love. Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family, and it's our God-forsaken right to be loved, love, 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 love. So I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to complicate. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. But do you want to come on? Scooch on over closer to here, and I will let for your ear. Soon about the bundero. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I've been spending way too long shaking my tongue in the mirror and bending over backward just to try to see clearer. But my breath fogged up the cloud, and so I drew a new face and I laughed. I guess what I'd be saying is there ain't no better reason to rid yourself of vanities and just go with the season. It's what we aim to do. Our name is out of the show, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find that the sky is yours. So please don't, please don't, please don't. There's no need to complicate, because our time is short. This is our fate. Oh, I'm yours. I'm yours. Jason's Mars. Great. Thank you. ขอบคุณมากนะครับ
Before we continue, just a fair warning to all of you guys. We are about to turn on all of the lights.
And I do have to admit that we, the staff at the backstage, really enjoy the music, and we couldn't stop but sing along. By the way, we still have 3 minutes on the clock, so you can go ahead and take a break and enjoy the show.
Just a friendly reminder, we have 1 minute left. How was the break? Good? Great? Let's continue, shall we? In our next talk, Lenin challenges our perception of laziness in a thought-provoking and engaging way. Does anyone in here ever feel lazy? Raise your hand if you ever feel lazy. Well, me too. I mean, who never feel lazy? So, she will explore the depths of laziness in our daily life, discovering its causes and how we can harness it for greater efficiency and productivity. So let's give a loud round of applause for Lennon.
What do you want to do when you grow up? Perhaps that's one of the most asked questions during your school times. Recently, when my supervisor asked me this question, I told him immediately that I don't know. I don't want to work. All I want to do is eat, sleep, and stargaze. And as you can tell, I was too lazy to even think of a serious answer. Perhaps people might say that the L in my name stands for lazy. So, today, as someone who has a relaxed approach to life, I want to talk about my favorite activity, being lazy, and explore how it can be a useful tool rather than a hurdle to clear. Although people say that laziness is a bad thing, is being lazy really that wrong? Throughout history, people have had a tendency towards idleness. They seek shorter and easier ways to achieve their task. For example, what do you do when you don't want to do your homework? Copy it from a friend? Or search it up on the internet? Yeah, I know these methods probably are not so cool with our teachers, but hey, at least you get your grades, right? So, but what if being lazy is so common that it's just not wanting to get up from bed, ignoring that pile of laundry on the chair, waiting for you to clean them, or just not minding that you'll have to be dining with two forks because you can't be bothered to get up and pick up a spoon from the cutlery drawer 2 meters away. Well, what if we can make use of it? What if we can turn it to our advantage? Wouldn't that be sweet? But in order to make use of something, we must understand what it means first. So, what is laziness? What does it mean to be lazy? Well, the Cambridge Dictionary defines lazy as an adjective describing an unwillingness to do work or put in effort. Or, on the other hand, your mom, might say that being lazy is you sleeping all day, always being on your phone, or not studying for your pure math finals in university. Or some, me, might call being lazy professional tiered time management. Because why do it now when you can always do it later? As long as you get it done, it's done. Simple. But, however, here's what we should focus on more: the causes of laziness. It can be rooted down in one's temperament. Some are just inherently lazy. Physical condition plays a role in your performance, such as the lack of quality sleep. Environment can help shape someone into a lazy individual. For example, a kid receiving the princess treatment throughout her entire life wouldn't be so eager to get up and do house chores. That becomes a habit. Also, the actual environment can make one lazy. Imagine an office where all your coworkers are lazy. Would that make you want to work? Of course not. Psychological factors also come into play. Like when you're faced with a responsibility you don't want to handle, but you have to. And this inner conflict can make you feel lazy to do it. Many people are goal-oriented. If they don't have a goal in mind, they might have a serious lack of motivation. Sometimes, you're scared that you're going to fail or not accomplish what you wanted to. So you choose not to do it. And that's what we call avoidance. And the fear of failure can be so strong, it suppresses your motivation to succeed. And talking about success, Bill Gates once said, "I choose a lazy person to do a hard job because a lazy person will find an easy way to do it." Well, I can't guarantee you that Microsoft would hire a lazy person like me, but one thing I know for sure is that we lazy people love easy. Let's take ChatGPT as an example. We all know how long it takes to finish an essay, don't we? Then somebody saw it as a problem that needed solving. Now we simply typed in a prompt, click generate, wait for 3 seconds, and boom, we got it. enhancing a lazy mindset. What is it? Well, we can't really define that, but embracing it can really enhance our thinking process. It's about creatively using the information already inside our heads. Think of it like setting out on a treasure hunt. While you follow a map with several ways to reach to a quest, solve a puzzle, and seize your prize. Now, you need to choose a path. You need a strategy, which is basically a shortcut. We all love shortcuts. Having a strategy is all about maximizing efficiency. You can get to think more and do less while still getting the same, if not better, results. Thinking of it like using Google Maps. Even though you know how to get somewhere, for example, house to school, why do you still use it? Of course, to find the most efficient way. All right, I know that what I've talked about seems to try and justify being lazy, but why should we embrace laziness? A better question is, why not? You see, laziness is already a part of who we are. We don't have to put in effort to be lazy. It's actually quite the opposite, but yeah, let's continue. Thinking easy and simple can lead to one of the best ideas and biggest changes. The key is to change our view on laziness, like what we've seen from the past. And by doing this, we not only can enhance our own lives, but contribute to the progress of society as a whole, just like the past innovations in technologies. Just by simplifying tasks, making them more efficient, and yes, even lazier. Thank you.
Wow, laziness does have its benefits. And now, we will be welcoming Evan, Eva's twin brother. Ever since we were young, we were taught the importance of sharing. Evan will be exploring its significance and that sharing is not only limited to the act of giving physical items. So now, we will be welcoming onto the stage, Evan!
Hello everyone, I'm Evan, and I'm a 9-year-old with a big dream. Did you know that the world's youngest game developer was just 6 years old? Her name is Siamscape from Canada, and at the age of 6, she earned her place in the Guinness World Records as the youngest video game developer. What's more, she creates fantastic educational video games for kids like me. Me as well. I share the same dream as Simo, and right now, I'm working on a special project with my friend. We are on a mission to share our knowledge about creating games and Roblox to other kids. When I first began this journey, I faced the challenge of coding and the maze of the information on the internet. That's when I had an idea. Why not share what I learned to other kids? I believe that sharing is like giving gifts to others. When you share, you make others happy, and that's awesome and meaningful. Recently, a professional developer spotted my work and generously offered me free coding lessons for a whole year. He encouraged me to learn and, most importantly, to pass on my knowledge to others. So I began sharing what I learned to others by creating tutorial clips on Scratch and Roblox. The viewers showed their gratitude and cheered me up to continue what I am doing. Sharing others from your interest is an easy and wonderful thing to do. But you know what's more amazing than sharing? Giving. Giving is not just about stuff. It's about your time, your love, and your kindness. When you give, you create a beautiful connection with others, unlike anything else in the world. When I spend time with my grandma, well, you know that as a kid, we don't really spend time with our grandparents. Of course, they can't play Roblox with us. I say we have different interests. On one day, we went for a walk, and I listened to her stories when she was a kid. I saw her sparkling eyes when she was telling me her stories. That's the sign of happiness. It felt like giving her a treasure chest of my time and love. More importantly, her stories and her wisdom often encourage and help me during tough times. And surprisingly, she feels the same way as I do. We have grown closer since then. Sharing and giving aren't just for our friends and family. They are for everyone. One of my proudest moments was when I was young. I joined the volunteer support group, helping people with disabilities. I was helping them with their exercise routines in the park. I felt an incredible warmth in my heart while I was escorting them around. It's amazing how doing good things for people can make us so happy, even when we are very young. Just imagine a world where nobody shares or cares. It would be sad, right? But when we share and give, we make the world better. No matter your age, be part of this journey. Find chances in your life to share and give with friends, families, strangers, or those in need. It's like crafting a masterpiece in your heart with kindness. Do it daily. Brighten someone's day. Make new friends. Spread happiness as we pay it forward, and to make the world an even more wonderful place to live. Let's start today. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Evan. He was so cute. Our next speaker is a young student, Eva. She loved to sing, dance, and skating, just like many of us. You probably heard that it's important to understand others, but how we actually do that. Our next speaker, Eva, a young talented person, will share her special experience and how they help her to understand people better. So let's give a warm welcome to Eva.
Hello, everyone. My name is Eva. My mom told me my name came from Eve, meaning life or living. Maybe that's the reason why I have always been passionate about life and humans. I even created my own Facebook called Dr. Artist, sharing short articles and advice on how to live life happily. Today, I'm really excited to talk to you about something that is really close to my heart, empathy. I know it might sound like a grown-up word, even though I'm just 9 years old, but believe me, it's something we are all capable of doing, regardless of age. You know what? Empathy starts at a very early stage in life. Have you ever heard of contagious crying? That's when newborns cry in response to another newborn's cry, showing early signs of empathy development. So, what is empathy, you ask? Well, it's like having a superpower, and I felt this superpower deep in my heart. It's about understanding how someone else feels, like really trying to put yourself in their shoes. It's not just a word. It's a warm feeling that makes you care about others. Have you ever seen someone looking sad? That's when empathy kicks in. It's not just saying, I'm sorry. It's about genuinely caring and being there for them, like a true friend. It's about wanting them to feel better, even if it's just a smile or a hug. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Empathy has its magical way of making the world a brighter and kinder place. When we understand how others feel, we can be kinder to them. We can lend a helping hand. We can make friends easily. For example, think about Grab riders. They work really hard to bring us our food, and sometimes they may come late, especially when it's raining. But when we try to understand that they are doing their best to deliver our meals despite the bad weather, we can be patient and kind to them. You can show empathy by understanding and being thankful when they finally arrive. Maybe offering a warm smile and a heartfelt thank you. That's empathy in action. Empathy also means helping out new students. When someone joins a trial class for the first time and is unsure, that person must have felt lonely and awkward without someone to support. Imagine if you saw them and invite them to join your group, or show the way around to make them feel safe and warm. That's another way we can use our empathy superpower. Empathy means understanding how someone else feels and being kind to them. Not just for humans, but for animals too. I still remember that day when there was a big, loud thunderstorm. The wind was blowing. The rain was pouring down. There was lightning and thunder all around. During the storm, a poor little puppy suddenly ended up in front of our house. It was completely wet, shaking, and looked really scared. I decided to help it. I wrapped the puppy in a dry cloth to keep it warm and gave some water and crackers to eat. I wanted to keep the puppy and make it as my pet. But after an hour, the puppy's owner came looking for it and took it home. Even though I didn't get to keep the puppy, I felt really good that I helped take care of it. It was a short time, but I felt really happy I could help it. I have a special challenge for all of us, everyone. Let's try to use our empathy superpower every single day. It's like having a little magic wand in your heart. With every act of empathy, you are spreading happiness and making the world a happier, kinder, and more loving place for everyone. Just think about it. If all of us become empathy superheroes, the world will be full of smiles, kindness, and love. We don't need capes. We just need big, caring hearts. So I want to thank you for listening to my heart today. I hope you join me on using our empathy superpower every day. I hope that our actions can create a powerful ripple in the society. I hope that together we can create a powerful ripple in the society. I hope that together we can make the world a better place, one kind act at a time. Join me on this adventure on making empathy an art that heals every heart. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Ava, for that lovely insight. For our next speaker, she is a student of both the Newton Business School and OpenSchool. Ananya has intense interest in creative media and a deep passion for writing and public speaking. When she is not juggling her academic responsibilities, you can find her nose buried in a novel. So please give a warm, final welcome for our last speaker of the day, Ananya!
Good evening, all. My name is Ananya. You can also call me One. And today I'm here to take you all on a journey to unravel the word all. Let's explore the boundaries of inclusivity together. Have you ever felt an overarching sense of achievement when an infant hands you a toy? Well, me too. That's because when we're young, our view of the world is simply ourselves. And also why it's such a big deal when we acknowledge someone other than ourselves. Ah, a shiny toy for me. Green food floating towards my mouth. The world simply revolves around me. But then, as we grow older, things start changing. Our worldview slowly shifts and starts to expand. Slowly, our parents, our family, our friends, they start coming into the picture. Slowly, things start changing from me to we. Speaking of we, what do we mean by this word, we? Community, right? But how far do you think this community extends? Is it your near and dear ones, friends of friends, acquaintances, or is it people working in the same industry, believers of the same faith? How wide does your circle have to be? How large the scale for things to change from we to world? Well, according to me, the word world has no boundaries. Sure, community may divide us into certain circles, sectors, and groups, but I believe that world is without these divisions. Then, do we mean all of the people on earth? Let's pause for a minute here and zoom into the word all, which brings us back to the eternal question. What do we really mean by all? Truthfully, when we say love all, serve all, it strikes you that how can we, small specks of dust in this vast universe, really have the means to help all of the people, all of the beings on earth? Sounds kind of overwhelming now, doesn't it? But what if we look at it another way? When you really think about it, all need not necessarily mean all beings of this universe. All can mean putting all of ourselves into what we do. Like they say, give it your all. Love with your all. Serve with your all. Well, now that we've taken a look at all, let's focus on the verbs of this phrase. Love and service. How do we carry these actions out in our daily lives through our thoughts, words, and deeds? There are many ways, I'm sure you know, which can range from helping your mom in the kitchen, to volunteering at a shelter, doing charity, the usual. But what if I told you that there are some unconventional ways in which you can serve? One of them being simply finishing your work on time. Now I know you must be thinking, how does this really help love or serve someone else? But how does this really help love or serve someone else? But before you say it, kids, no, this is not a do your homework agenda. But my point is, even doing just that, you are participating in acts of love and service. Are you familiar with the term work is worship? I remember the first time I came across these words, plastered on a pink poster on my bookshelf at the tender age of 5. Of course, at that time, I didn't exactly know the weight these words carried. But as I grew older, they morphed themselves to fit the various stages of life I went through. And they still do. However, I find that these words can be perceived in two completely different ways. One can be, work is perfection, work is excellence. But this only leads to comparison with others. You can even call it a comparative advantage. I must do well, even at the cost of others. I, me, myself. But the other meaning, which we're leaning towards, is work is service. Work is an offering. This can be called a competitive advantage. Doesn't matter who's better, all of us can still put our soul into what we do. We, us, all. As a person born into a family of educators, I was always brought up with the notion of treating work as your worship to God. The intent of this was that if you treat it like an offering, you must give your very best to it, which is more intention-focused, as opposed to doing your best at it, which is more outcome-focused. Circling back to what we talked about, of how service comes in different forms, we've talked about it at an individual and a community level, but how would someone at a world level look at this? Let me make use of an example to demonstrate. Edi Rama, Prime Minister of Albania, who's done a lot of good to the country, didn't always start out in politics. He was born into a family of artists and has been one ever since. Before he was PM, he was the Minister of Culture, and his background in art only supported this role further. He turned Tirana's dull, old communist-era buildings into colorful housing and started many art projects that would turn the city into a unique testament to the power of art. He said these projects brought forth a chain reaction of actions by the public to better the city. Even their tax collection increased drastically in the painted area as opposed to their original 4%. People accepted to pay their share for the city because they said, through the colors, the city exists. As he once said, I'm not sure that I'm a politician. I would say that I'm still an artist, and I'm trying to use politics as an instrument for change. Wow, what an inspiration he is. He used his strengths, his passion, to do good at a large scale, to serve his nation. And people like him at that level, they go on to show that all kinds of service matter. They inspire youngsters like me and remind us that no matter what field we're in, be it linear and logical or creative and abstract, as long as our hearts are in the right place, it makes a difference to someone. I feel like different kinds of service shouldn't be compared because comparative advantage isn't beneficial, remember? Competitive advantages, where all kinds of service can coexist. Because that's just what service is, doing good with good intentions. So according to me, in Love All, Serve all can be our own current view of our world. Like for the infant, it's themselves. For me, it's my school community. And for the world leader, well, it's the world itself. And as we grow, our all grows too. I think until I have the maturity or the wisdom or the experience to have the world state as my all, I'm just going to do what I'm doing and keep serving in my own small ways. To my world, my all. Thank you.
I have to say that I find myself really enjoying these talks. Personally, I've never thought about how someone's story can affect our way of thinking and society this much. What about you, Frost?
Yes, at face value, love may seem like a general topic. However, after our line of speakers have delved deep into this thought-provoking topic, we have seen that loving and serving is so much more.
Indeed. And I like when speakers take us through their thinking process, and everything just makes sense in the head of the audience too.
Yes, and before we end, I would like to extend our sincerest thanks to Teacher Risa, Teacher Nissen, Teacher Brian, Teacher Faye, Teacher Nick, Teacher Chisungi, P. Bess, P. It, P. Fa, and the marketing and the production team. This event would not have been possible without the help of each and every one of you.
Please give everybody a big round of applause. And to preserve this special memory, we kindly request MCs and speakers to stand in front of the stage to take a group photo to preserve this special moment for all.
รบกวนเปิดไฟให้ด้วยนะครับ
ขอบคุณครับ
Thank you everybody. Thank you everyone, for coming to the third Newton Talk.